Please join me in welcoming Dr. Mary Gutierrez, Chancellor of the University of New Mexico-Taos. Good evening. The University of New Mexico-Taos sits on the traditional homelands of the Red Willow people of Taos Pueblo. The original peoples of current-day New Mexico Pueblo, Navajo, and Apache since time immemorial have deep connections to the land and have made significant contributions to the broader community statewide. We honor the land itself. We honor those who remain stewards of this land throughout the generations, and also acknowledge our committed relationship to Indigenous peoples. We gratefully recognize our history and work to maintain healthy, fruitful relationships with our neighbors for generations to come. Good evening, friends, families, members of the UNM-Taos community, faculty, and staff. Thank you for joining us this evening to recognize and celebrate the accomplishments of the Taos Education and Career Center 2023 High School Equivalency graduates. As important members of support teams, this is your celebration too. We are fortunate to have so many supporters of TECC and UNM-Taos. Tonight, we would like to offer a special thanks to Taos County Manager Brent Aramiel for his continued support and partnership. Please join me in thanking Mr. Aramiel and Brent. Graduates, this great achievement of yours required discipline, commitment, and courage. The discipline to go to class after a hard day's work, or after a hard day. The commitment to study when there were other responsibilities that were demanding your time and attention. The courage to pursue the education required to pursue your personal and professional goals. Your discipline, commitment, and courage have empowered you to complete your high school equivalency. It isn't only your degree that you're taking with you. Your accomplishment is rich with life lessons. You know that life is a journey, and sometimes the journey is not what you planned. Or maybe you didn't know that a plan was needed. Your accomplishment has prepared you to move forward equipped with plans A and B and C, and you know how to make more plans if you need to. With your discipline, commitment, and courage, nothing can hold you back from accomplishing everything that you dream of. Congratulations, and let the celebration begin. I'd like to invite Will Ensign Church, Education Specialist for the Taos Education and Career Center at UNM-Taos, to introduce our student speaker.
Hey everyone, I appreciate y'all. I'm introducing one student today. These things been hit me in the mouth. But I just want to say I had a great year with all you guys. And I know there's some students who are still getting their diploma who are here tonight too, and it's so great to see y'all as well. All right, so my name is Wellington Church, and I teach math for the TECC program. I've had the honor of teaching almost all these students this year. It's been great, as I said, and tonight I have the honor of introducing our student speaker. When I met Ernestina in math class, she was quiet, prepared, head down, focused. It's a special skill to be able to focus on the topic you don't love or don't care about maybe too much for 3 hours at a time. She did this and more. She participated. She demonstrated what being attentive was for some of our younger students. She made my classroom a better place. She made friends in the back of the classroom, and I saw her group of 3, some of them out here tonight, push each other harder in each class. She struggled. She probably didn't like me or Mondays and Wednesday mornings very much, but she always came back. Ernestina exemplified what being a successful student, family member, or person requires. In no time, she excelled through our program. As a teacher, we lean on these students in our classroom to keep us focused and energized. So thank you, Ernestina, and thank you for demonstrating your leadership again tonight. Everyone, please give a warm welcome to our 2023 Student Commencement Speaker, Ernestina Baca.
Good evening. I would like to express my gratitude to all the Taos Education and Career Center administration, fellow graduates, my family and friends. Today is a day to be both thankful and to be inspired. We have so much to be thankful for. We have received a great education and outstanding support from the TECC administration and teachers. Like many of you, my journey to return to school wasn't easy to make. I became a mother at 15. There were no resources available to help me continue my education, so I quit school at 16. Back when I was young, our goals after having a child were to get a job, our own place, and learn to survive. Not even knowing how to be an adult, I took it in and learned as I went. By the age of 25, I had 3 more children. Being a single mother is not what I anticipated, but it happened. And though it was tough, my boys and I made it through. My whole life is about working and caring for my family and the many mistakes I made along the way. Life has knocked me down a few times. It has shown me things I never wanted to see. I've experienced sadness and failures, heartbreak and tragedy almost took my life in 2018. Nevertheless, by the grace of God, I stand here today, 4 years, 9 months, 4 days sober. In October 2022, I found myself at 42 years of age, laid off, and my job searches weren't going well. I knew that being unemployed and receiving unemployment wouldn't work for me. However, I did not have my high school diploma and knew if I wanted better opportunities, I had to get out of my comfort zone and invest in myself. I asked the gentleman at Workforce Solutions if he knew of such a program, and he gave me the number to TECC. I called and spoke to Denise that same day, but unfortunately I had a setback. I became ill and was diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder, which was causing me to have cognitive impairment, chronic pain, fatigue, and depression. But I didn't let it stop me. I was able to start class in January 2023. My biggest concern was if I was still capable of learning and if I was going to be classified as the oldest person in class. Turns out I am the eldest. But it makes me most proud because if I can do it, anyone can. Today I graduate not only with my high school diploma, but also with a basic life support certificate, a first aid, CPR, AED certificate, a mental health first aid certificate. I'll be continuing my education and getting my CNA in June and furthering my education in the fall at UNM-Taos with my associate's degree. To my children, you are my pride, my inspiration, my blessing, and my reason to be better. Janice and Jace, congratulations. Thank you for honoring Grandma's wishes. Thank you for always being the best support system. Without you, I wouldn't be standing here today. To Denise, Erin, Heidi, Nina, and Will, thank you for your encouragement. To my fellow classmates, we did it. Now, take a chance on yourself and never give up. In closing, I'd like to dedicate my achievements and the loving memory of my grandma Patsy Montoya, who was my mom. Thank you all.
Good evening. That's why we're all here today, all of us here for those moments, for all of you to serve our community. So thank you, Ernestine. You're not the only one who gets nervous up here. That doesn't change over time. I'm Randy Archuleta. I'm the Dean of Instruction here at UNM-Taos. Tonight's keynote speaker is Amber Gallup, Director of New Mexico Higher Education Department, Adult Education Division. The Adult Education Division oversees 24 statewide programs that provide instructional and testing services for New Mexicans seeking to attain a high school equivalency or HSC credential. These programs support New Mexican adults to strengthen core literacy, numeracy, and digital skills, learn English as a second language, and civics, so that students can achieve personal, academic, and career goals. Ms. Gallup has served 25 years of professional experience in education, including direct experience in instructional design, training, and curriculum development for adult education. Much of her past work is focused on expanding education and career technical training opportunities for frontline workers, members of Native American and immigrant communities, as well as English language learners. She previously worked as an adult education instructional design consultant, literacy expert, adult ESL specialist, and adjunct instructor. Ms. Gallup has been quoted as saying that adult education has always been her passion. Her top priority is ensuring high quality and equitable education for adult learners in New Mexico so they can meet their goals and access family and community-sustaining careers. She's been a true supporter of our Taos Education and Career Center and previously served on TECC Advisory Board. She is a genuine and authentic advocate for adult education educators and learners across the state. It is my privilege and honor to welcome tonight's keynote speaker, Amber Gallup.
That was a very kind introduction. Thank you very much, As Dean mentioned, my name is Amber Gallup. I'm the Director of Adult Education for the state. I've been reflecting today. I should probably put my glasses on. That's the first thing to reflect on. There we go. I've been reflecting today on the really special honor I have felt of being asked to speak here. I've been in this audience actually several times over the years. I used to live in Taos, as Dean Archuleta mentioned, and I served on the advisory board for TECC. Although when I got to Taos, I was more of an English as a second language teacher by trade, I soon fell in love with TECC and the people in it. It was there, and also here in the audience at the high school equivalency commencement, that I first got the idea that I would love to contribute to adult education to the job that I have now. In other words, it was really here in Taos that adult learning specifically became a piece of my heart. And I'm really tickled to be here now, getting to speak at the very ceremony that inspired me. So I feel like that's one thing that we have in common. But another thing I've reflected on today is that, like most of you, I'm from a small town too. My grandparents were all farmers and military people. Like most of you, I imagine, I received a lot of support and encouragement from the people around me, holding me up as I reached toward my future. And there were times, frankly, when I reached a little farther than people around me had reached or in a different direction, and I needed some help. In addition to my family and friends, my teachers, my advisors, and my mentors circled around me, helping me get the good education and the good connections with others that opened doors I didn't even know existed. And now here you are, and your hard work has paid off. First of all, I extend to you my deepest congratulations. This is an achievement to be proud of, and it's just the beginning of a very bright, exciting future. I don't have to tell you that a high school equivalency diploma is occasionally and erroneously the victim of a little bit of stigma. Let's be real. People sometimes don't understand what it is and what it means. And I want to tell you that I know, and the people in this room know, and most importantly, you know, what it signifies and what it took to get here. You sacrificed. Some of you worked long hours or cared for children or other family members as you studied. Some of you navigated difficulties, in your personal life that drew your studies out a little longer than you would have liked. Some of you didn't always get the support that you needed, and some of you took winding paths and detours to get here, and that is 100% okay, as you know, because life choices rarely take us in a straight line from point A to point B. And frankly, I think learning about that right now gives you a leg up in the future. I think that's what I love most, actually, about this adult education thing, because it really embraces life, it embraces individual differences, and really our very humanity. And I want you to know that I see and respect your path, and I respect you. And now that you've accomplished this, let's talk about the future. Around the time that I graduated, my dad gave me some advice about work. He said, look, if you just show up on time, you're already doing better than 90% of the other guys. And I don't know why I remember so well him saying that, because it seems like such simple advice. I mean, the kind of thing we might say, okay, boomer to now, right? but over time, I've really seen the truth of the larger message behind it, which is that hard, honest work, showing up, right, and working hard at what you do, even if no one is looking and no one's appreciating it sometimes, has value in itself. And it can take you far. Now that I'm in a position to sometimes be able to hire people from time to time, I really see this play out. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to be the smartest or the fastest or the best. You have to work hard, put your mind and your heart into whatever it is that you do. You have to show up. Now, I know that there are a lot of other factors out of our control that determine our futures. That's undeniably true. And I'm not standing here saying that hard work is the only thing that we have to do. But I think the longer I live, the more I see that some of the traditional values that I was raised with, that we are raised with, really, in small towns, in beautiful communities like this one, can get us the farthest. Service, civility, and kindness to others despite our differences, dedication to our multi-generational families, many of whom are in the room with us right now. These things contribute mightily to our success, even under very difficult circumstances. I wouldn't be a good employee of the New Mexico Higher Education Department if I didn't say just a little bit about possible future educational paths. You know, in fact, I wanted to tell you, I'm on the advisory, you all in particular, I'm on the advisory board of a new master's program at UNM in it's a master's program for radiology assistants. And they asked me to be on the board because they wanted help thinking through how to recruit people, young people from rural communities in New Mexico. And the reason they wanted to do this is because you are the ones who understand this place and the people you are from. You are the ones that are rooted and invested in this place. And I wanted to make sure to mention that because I don't think you know how much New Mexico needs you sometimes, or how much Taos needs you, and all that you truly have to offer. I'd also like to mention that a radiologist assistant makes between $200,000 and $400,000 a year. So if you want to talk to me after that. If you decide, and I think you should, that college and career training are right for you, like Ernestina has, consider UNM-Taos or any of our other colleges and universities around the state. And know that the Opportunity Scholarship is here for you. I think, just from talking to people, that a lot of folks still don't really realize what that is. With that scholarship, you can go to school tuition-free. You can get a bachelor's degree or an associate's degree. And you can even get a training certificate. You don't need to pursue a four-year degree if you don't want to. And you don't have to be the traditional college age. And you can go part-time while you work or care for others. Yeah. In addition to the Opportunity Scholarship, some of you may also qualify for the Lottery Scholarship as well. So if these pathways interest you, check out reachhighernm.com. So parents and family members in the audience, again, reachhighernm.com. We have in New Mexico all sorts of training programs for family-sustaining, in-demand careers. Healthcare, in the trades, technology, and so much else. So we need your talent and your persistence that you've already shown that you possess to help build New Mexico in the 21st century. And speaking of education, I wanted to mention that I myself am working on my PhD degree for the last 7 years. I should finish soon and be able to wear the very fancy robes that all my colleagues here are wearing. I'm pretty excited about it. And some of you, I hope, will follow us down that path as well in time. And at the rate I'm going, you may actually finish before me. So I'll race you. I'm studying adult learning and apprenticeship. And what I've been studying is that learning is a process of identity development. And identity is just how you see yourself, what your self-concept is, right? And what research shows us about identity, I think is kind of interesting. Number one, it shows us that identity is two-sided. So identity is about how you look at yourself, but it's also about how others see you and how you in turn perceive the way that others see you. So in that way, it's two-sided. I've also found that learning and identity development are social. You need mentors. In fact, I've got a mentor here in the room. I don't know where she is, but I saw her earlier. And mentors will walk alongside, and as you're developing your identity, they're the ones that help you shape it as you start to develop your own. Detractors also play a role in your identity. And if you've had bad experiences in the past with people telling you things about yourself or you getting the impression that others didn't feel a certain way about you, that can impact your identity development as well. And the third thing research shows us is that identity is always changing. It changes slowly, but it's always in development. So, from all of this studying that I've been doing for these 7 years, I've learned at least 5 helpful notions that I wanted to share just briefly with you tonight to finish up. Because they're lessons that have helped me. So the first thing I wanted to share is that what we believe about ourselves and what others believe about us is not the whole story. If someone told you something about yourself or gave you an impression, it may have shaped your ideas about yourself, but it's not the whole story. Secondly, because identity is always changing, personal change and personal progress are always possible. You are never stuck. The third helpful notion is that identity is multiple. So you always go through life with all these different identities. You have an identity as a child, as a sibling, as a parent, now as a graduate, as a professional. So we carry around these multiple identities and they work with each other. A fourth thing, a helpful notion, is that community is essential. Since learning is essential, community, having people around you, is essential as well. They really make us who we are. We are never islands. we are always being impacted in the very way that we look at ourselves, by the people around us, by our community. It's essential. And then fifth, the fifth helpful notion about identity that has helped me as I've gone through life recently is that, that because identity development is social, and because you have a role to play, other people around you have a role in your identity development, but you have a role in other people's identity development. And I would submit to you that now that you are graduates, that you have had this accomplishment, despite whatever things may be in your life, you are able to reach back and bring others up as well through encouragement, mentoring, and support of people behind you. So I think that what I take from this is that we need each other, we need our community to really be who we are. And I hope that this idea or these ideas can be as empowering for you as they have been for me. In closing, I want to thank Erin Clark and Kylie Shipp, Dean Archuleta, Chancellor Gutierrez, and everyone from UNM-Taos here tonight. We at the New Mexico Higher Education Department, and I personally, are so grateful to you and inspired by the good work that you do. And to all of you, my most sincere congratulations. Great job. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend. All right. At this time, we will be recognizing the candidates for the high school equivalency degree. We ask again that you please remain behind the roped-off areas to my right, keeping the aisles and front area clear. Photographs may be taken from behind the roped-off area to the left of the stage. We will also have a photo area set up during the reception for photos with your graduates. Please join me in welcoming to the podium Dean Randy Archuleta and Erin Clark, Education and Development Manager for the Taos Education. Dr. Archuleta, I would like to present candidates for the completion of high school equivalency as set forth by the New Mexico Higher Education Department Adult Education Division.
Have these candidates fulfilled the requirements for graduation?
They definitely have.
The class of 2023.
Tori Thomas. Beth Hannah. Alan Ángel Martinez.
Great graduates, please rise. I know you're all sit down. All right, as a symbol of our completion, your completion of the requirements for the high school equivalency, you may now move the tassel in your cap from the right to the left. Please join me in congratulating the HSC class of 2023. We welcome a slice of Southern singers who will share a song to honor the graduates.
sigo. Ilusión magkayamo. Dapat magkayamo ng tono mo. Yahoy tino, sigo'y tihain mo ng tono mo. Ipikiya, imunfoy ng tono mo. Yahoy na inawari, yata, ita na inagay ng tono mo, inamuya. Yahoy tino, magtawad mo, iwan ng tono mo, yun ang sigo. Ang say ko ay ako ni kaman ko ito kaya ako tinatawag na mo yung mga nalawin ito mo iwan mo yung ginawa ng tawag na mo ito amen. I just want to translate for a second what I said. I just give thanks and praise to the Creator for all the hard work for young people and for the lives that you'll be entering. Some of you already are parents, some of you already are in the workforce. But with that, take these lessons with you throughout your lives, and to the parents and to the grandparents and all those that supported you, those lessons as well as everybody. Thank you very much.
This concludes the UNM-Taos High School Equivalency graduation. We do have one quick announcement for everyone's safety before we do our final applause. So we ask that families and friends and community members in the audience please remain at your seats until the recessional is completed. Graduates will be proceeding to the lobby for the reception. You may meet them shortly after that. For everyone's safety, also please refrain from gathering in the parking lot. And please, let's do one last big cheer.